Hello everybody. We will delve into the mysterious and unsettling events surrounding Sasha Corbin and her newborn daughter, Daisy Gilmore Corinthos, at the Quartermain mansion. Whispers and rumors are swirling through Port Charles that the notorious Nelle Benson, presumed dead for years, might be the sinister force behind a chilling gaslighting plot targeting Sasha and her innocent child. In this extended exploration, we will uncover the layers of this potential comeback, speculate on Nelle's motives with fresh insights, and paint a vivid picture of how her return could shake the very foundations of the lives around her. Let's journey into the shadows of possibility and unearth what might be lurking in the heart of this gripping storyline. The haunting mystery at Quartermain Mansion. Deep within the opulent walls of the Quartermain Mansion, an eerie presence seems to be at play, sending shivers down Sasha Corbin's spine. Someone or something has been sneaking into Daisy's nursery, manipulating the environment in ways that defy explanation. On one occasion, Sasha tenderly placed Daisy in her crib, only to return and find the musical mobile spinning with an enchanting tune, though she swore it had been turned off. On another unsettling day, after stepping downstairs to chat with family, Sasha came back to discover Daisy facing the opposite direction in her crib, swaddled in a onesie of a completely different shade of soft lavender instead of the sunny yellow she had dressed her in. This wasn't just a trick of memory, it was a deliberate act by an unseen hand. Sasha, frantic with worry, interrogated everyone within reach, from house staff to visiting relatives, yet no one admitted to touching the child. The air grows thick with tension as the question looms, who could be behind these disturbing intrusions? Beyond these eerie occurrences, Sasha's initial moments as a mother were marred by a heart-stopping incident at General Hospital. During the chaos of delivery, she was handed a baby that wasn't hers, a mix-up that sent her into a spiral of panic. Her maternal instincts screamed that the infant cradled in her arms lacked Daisy's familiar scent and tiny features. Thankfully, Lucas Jones swooped in like a guardian angel, locating the real Daisy mere minutes later and reuniting mother and child. Still, the trauma of that moment lingers like a dark cloud, amplifying every strange event that follows. Could these incidents be random, or is there a calculated mind orchestrating Sasha's torment? Nelle Benson, the ghost from the past resurrected. As the puzzle pieces of this mystery scatter across Port Charles, many fans are pointing fingers at a name long thought buried in tragedy: Nelle Benson. Presumed dead for over half a decade, Nelle's story ended with a dramatic tumble off a cliff during a heated clash with Carly Spencer. Her body was said to have plummeted into the treacherous waters of a river below, a place ominously tied to other Corinthos family losses, like Morgan's tragic fate. A month after her fall, Jason Morgan received a cryptic call alleging that Nelle's remains had been found, and Harrison Chase claimed to have identified her, though he was visibly shaken, retreating to drown his unease in a stiff drink. Yet, no body was ever shown to the audience, no funeral marked her passing, and only a lonely gravestone in the Port Charles cemetery, often visited by a mournful Nina Riva, stands as a hollow tribute to her memory. Soap operas, however, are notorious for defying the finality of death, and Nelle's return wouldn't be the first resurrection to stun viewers. Imagine this: what if Nelle was plucked from the icy grip of that river by shadowy allies, nursed back to health and secrecy? Some speculate that remnants of Shiloh Archer's dangerous Dawn of Day cult, a group Nelle was entangled with through her prison marriage to Shiloh, could have orchestrated her survival. With corrupt law enforcement in upstate New York under their sway, they might have swapped her body with another unfortunate soul, or worse, staged a murder to cover her tracks. For 5 long years, Nelle could have been hiding in the wings, her scars healing as her thirst for vengeance grew. Waiting for the perfect storm, perhaps Willow Tate's separation from Michael Corinthos and Sasha's new role as mother to Michael's child, she might have chosen now to slink back into their lives with a sinister agenda. Motives of malice. Why target Sasha and Daisy? If Nelle has indeed risen from her watery grave, what drives her to haunt Sasha and tamper with little Daisy's safety? The roots of her vendetta likely lie tangled in her obsessive past with Michael Corinthos. As Wiley Corinthos' biological mother, Nelle harbored a twisted, possessive love for Michael, a passion that bordered on madness. Her unstable mind might now burn with jealousy that Sasha, another woman, has borne Michael's child, a symbol of a bond she could never fully claim. Every coup from Daisy, every tender moment Sasha shares with her baby, could be salt in Nelle's festering wounds, fueling her need to dismantle their happiness piece by piece. But there's more to Nelle's potential scheme than mere envy. Her return could also be a calculated strike against Nina Reeves, her mother, who has mourned her loss while forging new ties with Willow, Nelle's twin. Nelle might view Nina's attention to others as a betrayal, a personal slight she must punish by targeting those close to her family. Sasha, as a peripheral yet significant figure in Nina's orbit, becomes an easy mark for Nelle's wrath. Picture Nelle lurking in the shadows of the mansion, her eyes glinting with malice as she toys with Sasha's sanitizing on mobiles, switching outfits, and sowing seeds of doubt. Each act is a message. No one is safe from her reach. Security lapses and unanswered questions. Amidst this brewing storm, one glaring oversight stands out like a sore thumb. We is in Daisy's nursery equipped with a video nanny cam. While a sound-only monitor captures cries and whispers, it fails to reveal the visual truth of who enters and exits that sacred space. A recent episode highlighted Sasha's mounting paranoia when Cody Bell delivered a gift for Daisy, a plush elephant sent by Robert Scorpio and Holly Sutton. The oversized toy, while charming, only deepened Sasha's fears as she wondered if it could conceal something gruesome and sinister. Her reaction was raw, her voice trembling as she confided in Cody about the inexplicable events, her hands clutching the elephant as if it might hold answers. Had a video feed been installed, the identity of Daisy's midnight visitor might already be known, sparing Sasha endless nights of dread. Perhaps the Quartermains, in their haste to welcome a new generation, overlooked this modern necessity, or maybe budget constraints in a mansion full of secrets played a role. Alternatively, could someone within the household have deliberately ensured no cameras were set up, knowing it would leave the nursery vulnerable? This gap in security only thickens the plot, leaving Sasha and the audience grasping for clarity in a fog of suspicion. The ripple effects of Nelle's possible return. Should Nelle truly be the phantom behind these chilling acts, her reappearance would send shockwaves through Port Charles, reshaping relationships and reigniting old feuds. Willow, already navigating personal struggles, would face the gut-wrenching reality of her twin sister's survival, a sister whose darkness once threatened everyone she loved. Nina, torn between grief and hope, might wrestle with whether to embrace or reject a daughter whose cruelty knows no bounds. And Michael, caught between past mistakes with Nelle and his new responsibilities to Sasha and Daisy, could find himself at the center of a storm he never saw coming. Moreover, Nelle's return could unearth buried secrets about her time in hiding. Did she forge new alliances with other villains circling Port Charles? Has she spent years plotting not just against Sasha, but against Carly, who played a pivotal role in her downfall? Imagine clandestine meetings in dimly lit hideouts, whispered plans with unknown accomplices, and a cache of evidence she might wield to blackmail her enemies. Her vendetta could extend beyond personal grudges, aiming to dismantle the very power structures of the Corinthos and Quartermain families, using Daisy as a pawn in a much larger game of chess. A community on edge. What's next for Sasha? As these bizarre events pile up, Sasha's world teeters on the brink of collapse. Her once joyful motherhood is now shrouded in fear, each creak of the mansion's old floors sounding like the footsteps of an intruder. The residents of Port Charles are buzzing with theories, some whisper of Nelle's ghost, others of a new enemy with a hidden agenda. Local gossips at Kelly's Diner speculate over coffee, while social media forums explode with fan theories, each more outlandish than the last. Could Nelle have a secret accomplice within the mansion walls, someone trusted yet secretly aligned with her cause? For now, Sasha must lean on her inner strength and the support of those around her, figures like Cody, who offers a steady shoulder, and Michael, whose protective instincts are kicking into high gear. The road ahead promises more twists, as General Hospital is known for weaving tales of deception that keep viewers glued to their screens. Will Sasha uncover the truth before irreparable harm comes to Daisy? Is Nelle truly back, or does another malevolent force lurk in the shadows, waiting to reveal itself? Next, we will dive into the fiery debate tearing through the heart of Port Charles fandom as fans of ABC General Hospital find themselves bitterly divided over the tumultuous romance between Drew Quartermain and Willow Corinthos. While their relationship teeters on the brink of collapse amidst betrayal and heartbreak, a passionate segment of viewers cheers for their love to rise from the ashes, while an equally vocal group condemns the pairing as a toxic disaster. In this expansive exploration, we'll uncover the layers of this polarizing storyline, delve into the hopes and frustrations of both sides, and imagine new twists that could tip the scales for this embattled couple. Join us as we navigate the emotional battlefield of Drillow and ponder whether love can truly conquer all in the dramatic world of General Hospital. A fandom divided, passionate supporters versus frustrated critics. In the vibrant online communities of General Hospital enthusiasts, there are crackles with tension over Drew Quartermaine and Willow Corinthos' faltering romance. A dedicated faction of fans, affectionately dubbing themselves Team Drillow, pours out their devotion across social media platforms, flooding comment sections with declarations like "Drillow is endgame." Their love is unstoppable. They cling to the belief that this couple's bond, forged in vulnerability and tested by adversity, represents a classic soap opera redemption tale. These supporters see past Drew's glaring missteps, framing his possessive tendencies and questionable decisions as desperate acts born from a fierce desire to shield Willow during her darkest hours. For them, every tearful embrace and whispered promise of forever, especially after Willow's devastating custody loss of Amelia and Wiley, paints a picture of soulmates destined to defy the odds. On the flip side, a growing chorus of detractors can barely contain their exasperation with the couple, venting their frustrations in fiery posts like "Drew and Willow are a total bore. Just break up already." To these critics, the romance has overstayed its welcome, dragging on with repetitive drama since their affair first sparked under the fireworks of last July 4th. They brand Drew as irredeemably toxic, pointing to his web of lies, emotional manipulation, and relentless control over Willow as unforgivable flaws. Many view Willow's inability to walk away as a sign of weakness rather than love, longing for her to reclaim her independence or even rekindle a flame with Michael Corinthos. The stark contrast between the two camps creates a virtual tug-of-war, with each side bewildered by the other's perspective. How can anyone still root for a love story so mired in deceit? The supporters' case, a love worth saving. For the loyal Drillow advocates, the heart of their argument lies in the raw, human elements of Drew and Willow's connection. They argue that Willow, shattered by the gut-wrenching loss of custody over Amelia and Wiley, found a lifeline in Drew during her most vulnerable moments. His recent proposal, delivered under the soft glow of a Port Charles sunset at the pier, is seen as a symbol of unwavering commitment, a promise to build a new family despite the wreckage of their past. Fans in this camp are quick to excuse Drew's darker actions, like his blackmail of Dr. Portia Robinson to secure leverage in the custody battle or his scandalous fling with Nina Reeves, as misguided attempts to protect Willow from further pain. They envision late-night conversations in the Quartermaine mansion library, where Drew pours out his regrets, his voice breaking as he vows to be the man Willow deserves, while she, tearfully, chooses to believe in second chances. This group of supporters also draws inspiration from the couple's quiet, tender moments that often go unnoticed amidst the chaos. Imagine Willow, overwhelmed by grief, finding solace in Drew's gentle humming of a lullaby she once sang to her children, a melody that bridges their shared pain. Team Drillow holds onto these slivers of hope, believing that love, even when flawed, can mend wounds if given the chance. They dream of a future where Drew redeems himself by championing Willow's fight to regain her children, perhaps even uncovering a hidden legal loophole or secret ally in Port Charles to turn the tide. For them, the engagement ring on Willow's finger isn't just jewelry, it's a beacon of a brighter tomorrow. If only the naysayers would see it too. The critics outrage or romance beyond repair. Conversely, the detractors of Drew and Willow's relationship wield a laundry list of grievances that paint the couple as a sinking ship with no hope of rescue. They recoil at Drew's pattern of deceit, from spinning tall tales to emotionally manipulating not just Willow, but young Wiley, using the child's trust as a pawn in his schemes. To these fans, every interaction drips with toxicity. Picture Drew cornering Willow in the Corinthos family kitchen, his tone sharp as he demands her loyalty after yet another lie unravels, while she stands frozen, torn between fear and lingering affection. Critics argue that Willow's refusal to break free isn't love, but a tragic inability to see her own worth, a flaw that keeps her chained to a man who drags her deeper into despair with each passing day. The exhaustion among this group is palpable, as they lament the storyline's stagnation over the past year. They recall early sparks of intrigue when the affair began, only to watch it devolve into a tiresome loop of arguments and apologies. Many yearn for a bold narrative shift, perhaps Willow finding strength in a new friendship with someone like Sasha Corbin, who encourages her to stand tall on her own. or a dramatic reunion with Michael during a chance encounter at the annual Port Charles Charity Gala. Online forums buzz with their pleas for the writers to end this snooze fest, with some even crafting mock scripts of Willow delivering a fiery ultimatum to Drew under the iconic clock tower, reclaiming her life as the crowd watches in stunned silence. For these fans, the romance isn't just doom, it's an anchor holding back richer, more compelling tales, family tensions, and potential plot twists. The fan divide mirrors the simmering conflicts within the Quartermaine and Corinthos families, where loyalties are stretched thin and secrets threaten to explode. If Willow were to uncover the truth about Drew's illicit dalliance with Nina, a betrayal whispered about in hushed tones at family gatherings, your fragile trust could shatter like glass. Picture the moment of revelation unfolding at a tense dinner party, Nina's guilt-ridden gaze meeting Willow's as she stumbles over words of confession, while Drew's face hardens, knowing the game is up. Such a bombshell would crush Team Drillow supporters, who have pinned their hopes on the engagement as a turning point, while vindicating critics who've long predicted the couple's downfall. Yet, there's room for unexpected turns that could sway even the harshest skeptics. What if Nina, in a desperate bid to save her daughter from further heartache, orchestrates a grand gesture, perhaps enlisting Jason Morgan to dig into Drew's recent schemes, uncovering a hidden motive behind his actions that paints him in a new light? Alternatively, imagine a subplot where Drew faces a near-fatal incident, say, a car accident on the outskirts of Port Charles, prompting Willow to rush to his side, her love rekindled by the fear of losing him. These twists could offer Drillow fans a glimmer of the redemption they crave, while challenging detractors to reconsider their stance, even if only momentarily. The question remains, can any plot device mend a bond so fractured, or is the damage too deep? The road ahead. Can love triumph, or will it crumble? As this saga unfolds, the future of Drew and Willow hangs in a precarious balance, with fans on both sides holding their breath for resolution. Supporters cling to visions of a grand reconciliation, perhaps a second proposal in a more intimate setting, imagine Drew transforming the Quartermaine Gardens into a fairy tale scene with lanterns and roses, winning Willow back after proving his change of heart through selfless acts. They speculate on social media about potential allies, like Monica Quartermaine stepping in as a wise mentor to guide Drew toward atonement, her stern yet loving advice echoing through the mansion's halls. Meanwhile, critics anticipate a dramatic crash, envisioning Willow finally snapping under the weight of Drew's betrayals during a public confrontation at Kelly's diner, her voice ringing out as she declares her independence before a crowd of stunned onlookers. They dream of her forging a new path, perhaps diving into a career at General Hospital as a counselor for struggling parents, finding purpose beyond romance. Both camps agree on one thing: the Port Charles rumor mill is churning, with whispers of Drew's latest scheme involving a shady business deal at the docks. A move that could either redeem or doom him in Willow's eyes. A community at odds. What's your take? The rift among General Hospital fans reflects the messy, passionate nature of soap opera storytelling, where every choice sparks debate and every character divides hearts. As Team Drillow rallies with hashtags and fan art, painting Drew and Willow as tragic lovers, their opponents counter with memes and scathing reviews, branding the couple a cautionary tale of toxic attachment. Local hangouts in Port Charles, like the diner where Rocco Falconeri might overhear gossip while grabbing a milkshake, abuse with theories, mirroring real-world discussions among viewers. Like fans of The Bold and the Beautiful's Professor Henry Hank Dalton, thrive on dissecting every plot twist. Next, we will explore the whirlwind of excitement and speculation swirling around the latest cast shakeups at Port Charles' most beloved hospital drama. With Jonathan Jackson's departure and Erica Slezak's arrival making headlines, fans are buzzing louder than ever over rumors of Kathleen Gotti's potential return as the iconic Liesl Obrecht. Alongside the thrilling news of Kelly Thibault's comeback, we'll dive deep into the whispers of Gotti's reappearance, explore her character's tragic family history with fresh details, and imagine captivating new plotlines that could tie her return to mysterious projects and familiar faces. Buckle up as we navigate the roller coaster of emotions and possibilities awaiting us in the ever-dramatic world of ABC General Hospital. Cast shakeups spark frenzy among fans. The landscape of General Hospital is undergoing a seismic shift, with recent announcements sending shockwaves through the fandom. The exit of Jonathan Jackson, a long-standing figure in Port Charles, coupled with the exciting addition of Erica Slezak, has set the stage for a new era of storytelling. Yet, It's the tantalizing possibility of Kathleen Gotti reprising her role as the enigmatic Liesl Obrecht that has truly ignited fan fervor. Hot on the heels of Kelly Thibault's confirmed return to the set slated for a July comeback, speculation about Gotti's involvement has reached a fever pitch. Social media platforms are ablaze with theories, as viewers dissect every cryptic hint for clues about whether Liesl will once again grace the halls of General Hospital with her complex, often chilling presence. Could her return herald a new chapter of schemes and secrets, or is this merely wishful thinking fueled by nostalgia? Adding fuel to the fire, there are murmurs that Gotti's comeback might intertwine with other rumored returns, such as Ryan Pavey potentially stepping back into a role tied to Port Charles' underbelly. Fans are piecing together fragments of gossip, wondering if these shifts signal a broader overhaul of the show's dynamics. Picture the buzz at local Port Charles haunts like Kelly's Diner, where characters like Rocco Falconeri might overhear whispers of Lisa's name while grabbing a burger, mirroring the real-world excitement among viewers. The air is thick with anticipation as we await confirmation, knowing that each casting change could reshape the narratives we've grown to love. Liesl Obrecht's heart-wrenching family legacy. For those new to the intricate web of Liesl Obrecht's life or in need of a refresher, her family history is a tapestry of love, loss, and dark secrets. Liesl, a woman of sharp intellect and sharper schemes, was mother to two cherished children, Britt Westburn and Nathan West. Nathan, raised by Liesl's sister Madeline Reeves as a sibling to Nina Reeves, grew into a noble figure in Port Charles, while Britt carved her own controversial path. Their lineage traces back to the sinister Caesar Faison, Liesl's former partner, whose shadow looms large over the family as the father not only of Nathan and Britt but also of Peter August and Anna Devane's twin, Alex Merrick. This tangled genealogy paints Liesl as both victim and villain, caught in a cycle of tragedy orchestrated by fate and her own choices. The pain of losing both children remains a raw wound for Liesl, each loss a dagger to her hardened heart. Nathan fell to a fatal gunshot in a moment of heroism, his death echoing through the police station where he served with honor, an event that left Liesl grappling with grief in the quiet corners of her home, clutching a photo of her son in uniform. Britt's demise was equally harrowing, struck down by the menacing figure known as the Hook on a fog-shrouded pier. Her final breath's a haunting memory for her mother, who learned of it too late to say goodbye. These tragedies have sculpted Liesl into a figure of resilience and rage, her every action since tinged with ache of what she's lost. If she returns, will these ghosts of the past drive her to seek vengeance, or could a flicker of hope for redemption emerge from her sorrow? Kathleen Gotti's playful teases fuel speculation. Kathleen Gotti, ever the master of suspense, has kept fans on the edge of their seats with her cryptic social media activity. A recent post on X featuring a quirky dancing Daisy toy swaying to the funky beats of Come and Get Your Love by Redbone sent the fandom into a tailspin, accompanied by the caption "New script learning study partner those eyes." Actor's life. The image sparked a flurry of excited comments begging for confirmation of a General Hospital return. Fans poured out their longing with responses like, "Please, let this script be for GH. We need Liesl back, and I'll weep with joy if you're returning to reunite with Britta's memory." Another pleaded, "Tell us you're coming back to Port Charles, me heart can't take the suspense." The overwhelming wave of support underscores how deeply Liesl's character resonates. Her absence felt like a missing piece in the soap's intricate puzzle. Gotti further stoked the flames of curiosity with a playful exchange involving a fan's query about Steve Burton, whose blue eyes were humorously likened to the toy Daisy's gaze. Responding with a Minions gif highlighting those piercing blue orbs, Gotti quipped, "I believe Steve Burton has blue eyes." This light-hearted banter only deepened the intrigue. Could she be hinting at shared scenes with Burton's character, Jason Morgan, upon a potential return? Imagine the electric tension of Liesl and Jason crossing paths again in a shadowy alley near the docks, old grudges simmering as new alliances form. While Gotti remains tight-lipped on specifics, her engagement with fans keeps hope alive, painting a picture of an actress reveling in the love for a character as complex as Liesl. Rumors of a return, timing, and potential storylines. As the buzz around Kathleen Gotti's possible comeback intensifies, many speculate that her return could align with Kelly Thibault's reappearance on screen in July. If Liesl does stride back into Port Charles, the timing suggests a confluence of dramatic arcs, perhaps weaving her into the fabric of ongoing mysteries. Whispers among fans point to a connection with Dr. Henry Hank Dalton's secretive project, rumored to involve groundbreaking and ethically murky experiments in human cloning. Could Liesl, with her scientific background and penchant for bending moral lines, be drawn into Dalton's orbit, seeking to resurrect a piece of her lost family through forbidden means? Envision a clandestine lab hidden beneath General Hospital, where Liesl's eyes gleam with desperate hope as she peers into a test tube, Dalton's voice echoing with promises of the impossible. Yet, not all possibilities are so fantastic. Hallie's return could also focus on emotional reckonings. Picture her standing before Britt's gravestone in the Port Charles Cemetery under a gray, drizzling sky, vowing to honor her daughter's memory by protecting Nina from unseen threats. Alternatively, her re-entry might spark a clash with familiar foes, reigniting feuds in the hospital's sterile corridors where whispered accusations fly like scalpels. A disappointing note for some fans is the apparent exit of Scott Baldwin, Liesl's on-again, off-again love interest, as evidenced by his dressing room being reassigned a traditional soap opera signal of departure. Without Scott's roguish charm to balance her sharpness, Liesl's romantic future remains uncertain, though new suitors or old flames could emerge to complicate her path. Imagining Liesl's impact on Port Charles. Should Kathleen Gotti indeed bring Liesl Obrecht back to General Hospital, the ripple effects on Port Charles would be seismic, reshaping alliances and reviving buried conflicts. Her presence could stir chaos within the already fractured dynamics of the Reeves family, especially for Nina, who has navigated her own share of heartbreak. Imagine a charged confrontation at the Metro Court Hotel's elegant lounge, where Liesl's icy stare cuts through Nina's defenses, demanding answers about past betrayals while a stunned crowd looks on. Liesl's knack for manipulation might also draw her into power struggles at the hospital, perhaps challenging Dr. Terry Randolph for control over key decisions, her cunning smile hinting at ulterior motives. Beyond family and professional spheres, Liesl's potential involvement in Dr. Dalton's cloning project opens a Pandora's box of ethical dilemmas and danger. What if her obsession with reclaiming her children leads her to partner with underground figures, smuggling experimental tech through Port Charles' shadowy docks under the cover of night? Or consider a twist where her actions inadvertently endanger young characters like Rocco Falconeri, pulling the Corinthos family into her orbit of chaos as Sonny vows to protect his kin. Each scenario paints Liesl as a catalyst for gripping drama, her return a spark that could ignite long-dormant storylines or birth entirely new ones, keeping viewers glued to their screens with bated breath. The waiting game, what lies ahead? As we stand on the precipice of potential casting confirmations, the General Hospital community hums with restless energy, eager to see if Kathleen Gotti will don Liesl Obrecht's calculating persona once more. Fan forums and social media feeds overflow with predictions, from heartfelt reunions to sinister plots, each theory more imaginative than the last. Local Port Charles gossip, much like real-world discussions among viewers of The Bold and the Beautiful's intricate tales involving Professor Henry Hank Dalton, thrives on dissecting every rumor. Will Liesl's return be a triumphant homecoming marked by a grand entrance at the nurse's ball, her gown shimmering as Joe's drop, or will it be a stealthy re-entry, cloaked in mystery as she watches from the shadows? For now, the advice is to keep tuning in. Eyes peeled for subtle hints in upcoming episodes, perhaps a fleeting mention of Liesl's name in a conversation between Anna Devane and Felicia Scorpio over coffee. The confirmation of Kelly Thibault's July return offers a beacon of hope that Gotti's comeback might follow suit, promising a summer of sizzling drama. Until then, share your wildest theories and wishes for Liesl's storyline in the comments below. Join us next time for more updates, spoilers, and deep dives into the heart of ABC General Hospital, where every day brings a new surprise and no character stays gone forever.